welcome back to the TUI Report. We found an interesting video that's been making the rounds online, so buckle up. We've got a fresh, off-the-press video that's only been floating around the internet for over 24 hours. Talk about being hot off the digital press. This extremely irritating video captures a crazy incident that could become a regular occurrence, and boy do we all need to be on high alert for this one. Enter Moonlight Industries, a company that specializes in producing inconspicuous chest rigs. Apparently, they boast a contract with the legendary SEAL Team 6. Impressive stuff, right? I took a peek at their website, and let me tell you, their gear is top-notch. Now, here's where things get juicy. The owner of Moonlight Industries receives an unexpected visit from not one, but two members of the ATF. These ATF agents drop a bombshell, declaring that FRT triggers, also known as force reset or hard reset triggers, are now being classified as machine guns. Hold on a second, that sounds stupid, doesn't it? There was no court ruling, no legislative process involved, just a whimsical decision by the ATF deeming a trigger mechanism as a full-blown machine gun. Without any formal laws in place, they're swooping in to collect these triggers. But here's the kicker. Since they were originally purchased during a time when they weren't classified as machine guns, there was no requirement to register or track their transfers. So, if you bought one and sold it or simply gifted it to someone else, it was all under the radar. Now, as they go about their collection spree, it seems like they'll have to employ some rather creative tactics, because unless they're absolutely certain you possess these triggers, they can't really do much about it. Now, picture the scenario. If they were absolutely certain you had a stash of these triggers, they could just show up at your doorstep, ready to raid your house. After all, these triggers have now been reclassified as machine guns, and you, my friend, are not the lawful owner. Oh, you can bet things would have played out differently if they had concrete evidence. But hey, credit where credit's due. The owner of Moonlight Industries handled the ATF agents surprisingly well. Ideally, it's always advisable to keep your lips sealed and consult a lawyer when dealing with these situations. Nevertheless, this interaction was nothing short of remarkable. I'll let you in on a little secret. They did some seriously shady things with their choice of words and phrases, trying to coax an inadvertent admission from the trigger owner. Sneaky devils, those ATF folks. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the video together and unravel their web of deception.
Yeah. I own the company Moonlight Industries.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So we make like low visibility.
Oh, really?
We specialize in like, right now we have a contract with SEAL Team 6 actually.
Okay.
We make their like low visibility MP7 rigs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
awesome.
cool. So, were you expecting us?
Well, what didn't surprise me when I saw a guy in a plate carrier showing up. So
Well,
got the
we're
Ultima
obviously-
OTBs on. So.
Yeah, no. So the reason why we're here is because I don't know. I'm sure you're aware that just recently the ATF classified the FRTs, the force
Sure.
reset triggers, as machine guns.
Yeah.
So we are aware that you may have purchased some of these FRTs.
Okay.
So now we are having, like, the whole agency is basically reaching out to these purchasers,
That's incredible.
and we have to pick them up.
Forced reset triggers are machine guns. Ugh. Stupid ATF. Then she goes to say, quote, "So we are aware that you may have purchased some of these FRTs. Okay, so now we are having the whole agency reach out to these purchasers and pick them up." Oh, how nice. She didn't say, "The ATF is out to seize your trigger, fool." They go about it as if they woke up one morning and made the decision out of the blue. Never mind that you've already invested your blood, sweat, and tears, and let's not forget your hard-earned money into it, and for a certain period of time it was all perfectly legal. No grandfathering here, my friend. They're not compensating you for it either. They're just waltzing in, uninvited, to collect it like it's nobody's business. The audacity! Now, let's talk about the oh-so-charming interaction between them. It's quite amusing, really. They stroll in with a nonchalant attitude, almost as if they're saying, "Oh, hey there, we're just here to pick up those triggers of yours." But hold your horses, folks, because here's the catch. They don't actually know for certain if you even possess those triggers. Oh, the plot thickens. Imagine how differently this whole encounter could have played out if they had solid evidence. Well, our protagonist in the video quickly catches on to their game and decides to shut down the interrogation with a brilliant move. I'm not answering your questions. Bravo, my friend, bravo. You see, he's well aware of what's about to go down. Now, let's not waste any more time and dive right back into the riveting video.
So
So I won't be answering any questions today. I don't have any comments on this subject. I won't be giving you anything.
Okay, so you
Are you refusing to give us the triggers? Are you refusing to give us the triggers?
Are you refusing to give us the triggers? That's a very sneaky question, because if he says, yes, I'm refusing to give you the triggers, then he admits he has them. And that could have changed this entire thing, because now the ATF agents just went from I don't know if he has them or not to he's a felon. Because immediately he would be admitting to having them, but he's not willing to give the triggers to them. What he said, I'm not answering any questions, is 100 times better. They're still unsure. Again, this could have gone differently if it was a fact thing like, I know this person has the triggers, because at this point, if they're saying what they're saying is true, that it's now classified as a machine gun, it doesn't matter, because they already know that you have them. You're not licensed to have a machine gun. This conversation is over. They can detain you.
I'm not refusing anything. I won't be answering any questions.
okay. But okay, so we are aware that you did purchase FRTs. Again, you wouldn't be in trouble if you just give those up to us, or
Okay.
if you sold them, you can tell me you sold them.
Sure.
Good old scare tactics. It's like a theatrical performance designed to make you squirm in your seat. They come at you, pointing fingers and saying, oh, we know all about it. We know you've got those triggers. We know they're in your possession. But hold your horses, because here's a catch. Cue the dramatic twist. They don't actually have a clue whether the guy is a proud owner of those triggers, or if it's just a figment of their overactive imagination. It's all a crafty game of cat and mouse. They dangle these tricks before the guy, hoping he'll slip up and inadvertently reveal his secret stash, giving them the upper hand. Oh, the power of confidence. This little twist could have completely transformed the nature of this interaction. However, here's the kicker. They can't pull that card yet just because they are not in possession of concrete evidence. It's like they're dancing on a tightrope, unsure of which way to sway. They're left in the dark, scratching their heads, unable to confidently point fingers. Oh, poor ATF lady.
Again, you're not going to be in trouble for that.
I understand.
So we're just here, honestly, like just to pick them up.
Sure. It's a bigger conversation than what you're having right now. You know, you decide as you go the rules, right?
Again, that's not something I decided.
It's not. I know. You guys are just here. You guys are just here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
I understand.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me to.
Sure.
This guy. Ugh. I don't want to be here any more than you want me to. Oh, really? If that's the case, then why do you work for the ATF in the first place, bruh? Can't you find gainful employment somewhere else? Your bosses are criminalizing American citizens, and you pretend that you don't want to be where you are?
The problem is you are the people who go and knock on the doors, right? Mm-hmm. So when they make new laws and you break them, or you go against the citizens, because they've spoken what they buy and what they do, the citizens are speaking, but the government is making their decisions on what they think. They're not being servants to the citizens, right?
And all we're saying is, we, like you said, we just hear, we are the ones that just come and knock on the door. We just enforce the laws. We don't make the laws.
We are the ones that just come and knock on the door. We just enforce the laws. We don't make the laws. The self-proclaimed door knockers of justice, the enforcers of the almighty laws. They come with a straight face, saying, we don't make the laws, we just enforce them. Well, hold on just a minute there. Let's delve into the intricate web of governmental intricacies, shall we? These laws they speak of aren't necessarily birthed from the hallowed halls of the actual government, the system that the fine nation of America so meticulously established. No, these laws are more like their own special breed, born within the confines of the ATF's clandestine clubhouse. It's like a covert operation where they conjure up rules over a cup of tea and a game of charades. Oh, the thrill of playing lawmaker.
Sure, I understand.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're not in trouble. I mean,
no, and I understand that. No, I didn't do anything wrong.
No, I didn't do anything wrong. Remember this, friends. If the ATF ever asks you anything about your FRTs, just say you didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, exactly. I love good law-abiding cops who are good people, are doing what they do, and I understand you have families to feed. You're just doing what you're told so you don't get fired from your job. But there is a problem that exists, and at some point you have to make your decision on which side of the team you're on. So I won't be answering any questions. If I'm not being detained, I'm not under arrest, I'll just be leaving now. I won't be able to help you with what you're trying to find.
Did you hear that? Moonlight Industries owner said, so I won't be answering any questions. If I'm not being detained, I'm not under arrest, I'll just be leaving now. I won't be able to help you with what you're trying to find. Those lines are pure gold.
And just to be clear, so then now you know that if you were to be in possession of these FRTs, then you would be basically breaking the law.
The ATF claims that they're making rules, but there's been no vote.
So, now this lady agent tells the Moonlight Industries owner that he's officially a felon. In simple terms, if our guy had walked out with those triggers thinking he could hand them over, he would have missed the deadline for surrendering or destroying them. And guess what? That could have landed him in handcuffs faster than you can say oops. Earlier, they were trying to seize his FRTs. Now, they're trying to play it off like a warning. But let's keep things real. They still don't know if he even has those triggers in his possession. It's like a guessing game for them. Now, if they weren't certain he had them, well, that would have changed the whole dynamic, my friends. See, she's basically saying, hey buddy, you're aware that you could be labeled a felon? And trust me, that would have flipped the script big time.
There's been no congressional hearing that says you have the law. You don't make law, right?
I don't.
Yeah, the ATF doesn't make law.
Again,
No.
Again, but it's.
I don't want, listen, right now I seem like a huge dick. Like, I'm like, fuck you guys, but I really don't feel that way at all. I just can't, in good faith, when I make the gear for every high-end special operations unit in America right now, that's all I do. That's all I do is support these freedom fighters. A lot of law enforcement SWAT guys, I can't take part in an overstep past the line that says this is or is not legal. Just because you have a badge, you can still do crimes, right?
Right.
So if the American people feel like, the ATF is committing crimes right now, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.
That interaction was disturbing. We are starting to see more videos like this where the ATF shows up at people's doors asking about things they may own. They even mention something called straw purchases. Basically, it's when someone buys multiple firearms as an investment or for providing them in training classes. But beware, this can raise some serious red flags and catch the ATF's attention. They'll show up and make it look like they're just trying to make sure everything is accounted for. Ugh. And regrettably, that's all the time we have for today. If you have pro-Second Amendment family and friends who you know love their FRTs, please share this video with them so they're aware of what's going on. Like, share, subscribe, and click on that little notification bell too so you don't miss out on the latest pro-Second Amendment news. Thanks for watching and you have a good one.